Unhinged, deranged, crazy. Are these words describing your ex?
No!
We're talking about a brand new anime that is just the most crazy goodness I have watched in a long time. We are talking about My Deer Friend Nokotan. Let's talk about why this anime is good. So this anime, as I think a lot of us anime fans knew, was gonna be real deranged and really unhinged, and it delivered on every single front of that. I am telling you, it's like every single frame you can fully expect something random is just gonna pop out of nowhere. Like at some point, this deer girl Noko, she just like is busting through walls and like getting herself caught in like phone wires and just doing all sorts of deranged stuff. She takes her freaking antlers out and her head off at some point. It's just, you can't expect anything. It's very much like in the same vein of like Ways of the House Husband was, just nothing really matters, and there is kind of a base plot little by little, with Toriko being the main girl who has this like kind of delinquent background, and Noko comes in and kind of presents that anime trope of, you know, there's a free desk right next to them and they kind of encountered each other before, and Toriko starts to think they're a little crazy because obviously Noko's a deer girl and nobody's really saying anything about it, but you know, Toriko's just gonna like, I guess I'll just accept that this is reality, and they start getting, you know, chummy and close, and Noko decides to point out that Toriko is a virgin. Why? I don't know. And I think that's a lot of what this anime is. You just don't really know. And I haven't read the manga. I held off on reading the manga so I could go into this just like without expectation, and it kind of raised the bar on everything I expected because I knew it was going to be random. Obviously it's about a deer girl, and it somehow just kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier. There's scenes, like I said, where like Toriko will go into like a room and then Noko's just on the ground like covered in blood, and then just blood starts like squirting out of their head. It's very unhinged in the best possible way. And honestly, for a slice of life comedy, a lot of them miss the mark or are very cringe in their comedy styling, but this is actually super good. Like I was laughing throughout the whole first episode, which is, I feel like, pretty rare because they focus so much kind of on character arc and development and like just getting that plot set up, whereas like the whole plot mostly for this one is just, you know, these two, it's kind of a buddy comedy of like, you know, two very different types of people, and Toriko doesn't want to be around Noko because Noko's just calling him out about being a virgin left and right, as you know, good friendships always start. And then they both join a deer club, which I guess is just they take care of deers, talk about deer, love deer, and apart from just the plot of this first episode and the anime, they insert CGI deer like everywhere, like just in corners of the room, all around. And anytime Noko goes and has these like weird moments, they start chanting this like deer chant, just, and it's very unsettling, but in like the funniest way. So I've got like just a ton of good things to say about it. I'm actually super stoked to see where this goes. It's very cute girls doing cute things kind of vibe, with just again, just the most insanity that you could pack into a slice of life, and I am absolutely here for it. Now let's talk about why it's bad. So I've got pretty much like nothing to say on this topic as it stands. As you know, there's only an episode out right now. I think that going forward, my biggest thing that I think can go wrong with comedy anime is just beating a joke into the ground. So I think while you want to keep that kind of randomized cycle going of comedy and like bits, you don't want to like bury the viewer in it. I think, or else it's just going to become just only about the bit and not so much about like caring about where the characters are going. It's like, you know, Disastrous Life of Psyche K or something like that. And at some point you just kind of get tired of the comedy. Like the comedy is good, and the comedy is kind of what keeps you engaged, especially with slice of life, because we know slice of life can be very boring. I myself am a huge slice of life lover, and I don't really know why, because most of them are extremely boring and can put most people to sleep. So I think the comedy is what will engage our, you know, very impatient minds, but we also do need kind of that plot building with Toriko and Noko, to put them in silly situations, maybe learn more about them, learn more about Toriko's past, as they said, as like a delinquent that got into a bunch of trouble, and why they're so afraid of, you know, being a Virginia, if you know what I'm saying. And also just kind of learn what the heck Noko is, and why they exist in this world, where they're coming from, and why they, you know, how they became a deer girl. What are my final thoughts on my dear friend Nokotan? I think this anime is really, really good. It's one of my favorite of summer 2024 so far. I really think almost any anime fan could get into this. This could be a great starter anime, I think, especially for younger viewers, because the random, like, you know, just bam, bam, bam kind of attention span hits, and that just like serotonin smacks are just perfect for, I guess, kind of what content has become nowadays, which is just like constantly pumping that crap out. I think that it's got a lot of promise. It can really go a lot of places. I could see this being a super cozy anime. So yeah, I would honestly recommend this anime to most anime watchers, unless you just don't like unhinged comedy or silly stuff or cute girls doing cute things. It might not be for you. If I had to rate it just off this first episode viewing, I would definitely I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10. I'm not joking. I was very, very surprised, and I really have a weird kind of sense of humor, so it is relieving to find something that is kind of random and unhinged, and especially in the cute girls doing cute things category. Like, I don't usually expect that I'm actually going to laugh as hard as I did while watching this, but Noko is just full of surprises, full of just unhinged stuff. And I think another thing that's great about this anime that I haven't mentioned is that all the background characters, it's like South Park when there's like crazy stuff going on around the main 4 characters, and they're just like, why is everybody crazy? And nobody else knows that like they're doing crazy stuff except the main characters. They're just like, this is really uncomfortable, and everyone around them is just being uncomfortable and insane. I love that. It just makes it feel like you're going insane. So yeah, check the Deer anime out. And until next time, that's the end of this video. I'll see you later. Okay, bye now.
Bye.